You're watching Rules of the Game with Bill Krug and Zach Farrell. Brought to you by these fine sponsors: Ace Cuts, Albert Sporting Goods, Hog Blaze Equipment Rental, Buffalo Wild Wing, Capability, Salina Cycle Center, Eagle Loan Company of Salina, Eagle 767, FCA, Fowler's TV, Freedom Marketing Strategies, Guarneri's Pub and Pizzeria, JT's Brew and Grill, Larry Schaff Auto Sales, MHS Alumni Foundation, Miller Funeral Homes, Minster Bank, Neck and Back Pain Relief Center, Plus One Professionals Real Estate, Writer Rooters, Roots Pub, St. Mary's Foundry, Sean Barnett Electrical, Speeds Chiropractic and Wellness Center, Spring Street Storage, TSC, and Varsity Lanes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rules of the Game with Bill Krug. I'm your host, Zach Farrell. Each and every week, we have local official Bill Krug come and join us and look at some of the clips from the previous week's game. Bill, this week was no different than other weeks. We've got 10 clips from the St. Mary's and Ottawa-Glandorf game, and thanks for being here again.
Great. Thanks for having me.
Let's jump right in here to the first clip. So this one was an early fourth down for St. Mary's, and I just wondered if you could look at the ball spot a little bit. And I thought that he was potentially had the first down. You can see him sort of laying there. I thought it gotten all the way to the 19-yard line. This is a toss sweep to Caleb Schmidt.
Yep. Well, his entire body's across the line. I mean, even his feet are across the line, aren't they?
Yeah, and so watch where the line judge on that side of the field comes in and sets it.
I did. Yeah, I did. He's right on the line. Look, his foot is right on the line right now.
Right.
So that's where he's going to put the ball. And Caleb looks like he's entirely over the line.
Yeah, and the first down was around that 19-yard line, not the 20-yard line.
Okay.
But they set the ball at the 20-yard line, and so it was just an early, I thought, bad call there for the official on the spot. But
yeah, I don't know that he reached the 19-yard line, but
right,
because his body looked like when he went over the big line going across, that his body turned sideways. And so the ball might not have reached the 19-yard line.
Right.
See, there is. So I'm going to give that official the benefit of the doubt, even though I think he might have. I don't know that he made the first down line.
Yeah, it was very close. Actually, you can see right here. Actually, this was on the second clip. You can see where the first down had started there. You can see on the side of the field.
Yep.
It looks pretty close to that 20-yard line and the 19-yard line. So it was close, though. Sometimes it doesn't fall your way, though.
Yeah, sometimes.
So on this second clip, though, this was the long pass play for OG. It was a screen pass right over the middle. Took a little bit while to set up here. So the ball comes out, very well-designed screen pass. Look down the field, though, right there. See, there's a little push in the back.
I missed it.
So look at the deep down the field around the 45-yard line, I believe.
Right there. Okay.
Yeah. So I guess my thought was, for one, he didn't knock him down.
Uh-huh.
It was definitely just more of an arm push.
Well, that's all it takes.
But is that should that have been called?
I mean, you don't have to knock him down. It doesn't have to be. A block in the back is basically a push right in the middle of the back, and looks exactly like what that was.
Okay.
What gets me on this play, though? Let's go back to where did he catch the ball? Did he catch it behind the line of scrimmage?
The line of scrimmage looks to be about the 22, 23-yard line, and yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
The official.
And see, then he's got line. If it's beyond the line of scrimmage, then he had linemen downfield.
Gotcha.
But that's what I noticed right off the bat. Being an umpire for 25 years, that's
close to being a legal man downfield if he catches that past the line of scrimmage.
Right. but it's close enough. He gave him the benefit of the doubt there, and then that looks like a push in the back. It does look like a block in the back right there.
Well, I noticed it as it happened in real time on the broadcast, and I was surprised it wasn't called because it was so out there in the open. It was not called. No, no. The OG was able to get the ball all the way down. Fortunately, Trey Moore saved a touchdown, and St. Mary's was able to hold them to a field goal.
Caught him on that.
Yeah, Trey Moore had a nice hustle there at the end of the play. This next drive then had a pass interference call here over the middle. Number 9 for St. Mary's. Just a little drag route, it looked like, over the middle from the wide receiver. Maybe an in route.
Yeah.
It's a little tough to see with our angle here.
That's tough to see, right? Is the arm that he has wrapped around him, is that turning him? Did it turn his body, when he reached around to try to knock it down? And to me, see how close that umpire is right there?
Yeah.
That's sometimes the closer you are, the worse angle you have, the worse it is. Somebody from farther away has a better look at something like that.
We saw that a couple times in some other games that I think the Wapakoneta game where the officials really didn't have a good angle to see whether it was truly there or not. But he's right there looking at it. But I didn't think he had the best angle of seeing that back arm either.
Right.
This next call was I believe it was false start called on OG. I think.
Yep.
I think OG wanted offsides, but it seemed to me like the right tackle moved a little bit early, and that's what really drew everybody else. And the center didn't snap. So
no, if they come across first, did they get, even though they moved, did they get across the neutral zone before that tackle moved?
That's what's it's simultaneous, so it's really hard to. It
always goes against the offense and something like that.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they went across it.
Well, a few plays later, we got another call here.
Okay.
So this was false start or offsides. I'll let you decide.
Okay.
And the clip.
Oh. Can't really tell with that.
So I'll give you a hint. The receiver up at the top of the screen moves at the same time that the.
There you go. Yeah, I didn't catch him because I was looking at that defensive tackle move. I was looking at the line of scrimmage, the interior line, and I see the since you mentioned it, that
and I don't think that the D tackle went on the wide receiver's movement. It just so happens that they both moved at the same time.
Yeah.
So it seemed like the D tackle actually did jump, but it just so happened that the wide receiver jumped as well at the same time.
And that official out there, what's the first thing he's going to see is the guy closest to him.
Right.
So,
well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have 5 more clips to look at from the game against OG. We're also going to talk a little bit about what you need to do if you're interested in becoming an official. So we'll be back with that and more right after this.
You're watching Rules of the Game with Bill Krug and Zach Farrell. Brought to you by these fine sponsors: Ace Cuts, Albert Sporting Goods, All Glaze Equipment Rental, Buffalo Wild Wing, Capability, Salina Cycle Center, Eagle Loan Company of Salina, Eagle 767, FCA, Fowler's TV, Freedom Marketing Strategies, Guarneri's Pub and Pizzeria, JT's Brew and Grill, Larry Schaff Auto Sales, MHS Alumni Foundation, Miller Funeral Homes, Minster Bank, Neck and Back Pain Relief Center, Plus One Professionals Real Estate, Writer Rooters, Roots Pub, St. Mary's Foundry, Sean Barnett Electrical, Spees Chiropractic and Wellness Center, Spring Street Storage, TSC, and Varsity Lanes.
Welcome back to Rules of the Game with Bill Krug. Bill, let's jump right into the clips again. This was a nice passing play for St. Mary's in the second half. Wondered if you could tell, it's a little tough on this angle here, but was it a good catch or not?
It looks like he has his arms under him, but from this angle you can't tell if it did the ball go too deep and hit the ground. But it looks like he has his,
Yeah, and the official's certainly in the right position to see it.
He's right there. He's looking. He has the best shot at it right there. So he called it a catch.
This next play, OG tried to do a screen again to the same running back. And you can see the running back sit there, and he sort of falls over the St. Mary's guy.
Okay.
Now, two things. For one, I don't believe that's pass interference because the St. Mary's guy is just on his hands and knees, and the running back kind of trips over him.
Uh-huh.
But you tell me if I'm wrong on that. And two, if it was in the backfield, are you able to have pass interference? Are you allowed to be engaged with a running back like that in the backfield since it's not past the line of scrimmage?
In the backfield, you can't hold him.
Right.
But there is no pass interference behind the line of scrimmage.
That's what I thought. Okay.
But here's the thing on this play. The ball went beyond the line of scrimmage, correct?
It did.
So it doesn't matter if it's caught. The ball just, if it goes beyond the line of scrimmage and those receivers or the linemen are downfield, then that's ineligible. It's downfield.
Okay.
See,
so it doesn't matter where it was intended to go
Right.
to. If the ball crosses the line of scrimmage and there's men downfield,
now
should be called.
Let's look at this. How far are they downfield? Because that neutral zone expands 2 yards. So those guys are clear. Those guys are safe if they get 2 yards downfield.
Right.
The expanded neutral zone is 2 yards. So if they get too far down, if they get 3 yards down and that ball goes beyond the line of scrimmage, even though it's not caught, it's ineligible downfield. But I think they were only about 2 yards when that ball crossed the neutral zone. So
yeah, they're very close.
I think that's a good no call. High school football, that's a good no call.
Yeah. This next play was a deep pass attempt from OG, and no pass interference was called. Just wondered if you thought it was the right call.
Yeah, I don't. That looks like there's nothing there.
We've talked before that it doesn't matter that it's uncatchable necessarily. There can still be pass interference, right?
Correct. There's high school football doesn't have non-catchable.
But nothing there that said to you that it should have been called.
Looked like good defense.
Right.
Yeah.
This next play then, it's a little tough for us to see, but St. Mary's thought that there was a fumble and came up with the ball. It's just very difficult with how far we are from the TV here to look in there.
Right.
It happened right in front of us. It was, I would say, suspicious that it kind of took a little bit for the St. Mary's guy to come up with the ball. That's usually a sign that the runner was usually down first. But, And to the official's credit, he called it down immediately.
Yeah, I don't
You can see him right there on the side judge.
You can't see the ball loose, can you?
Right. That's very.
He might have been trying to extend the ball out, and the defensive lineman took it away from him.
Gotcha.
While they were already on the ground.
I guess it's always good as a defensive lineman though to try.
Absolutely, yeah.
Sometimes that can come back and get the right call and can turn a game like that.
Right.
So. Well, Bill, thank you for looking at the clips with us.
Sure.
We wanted to talk a little bit about the steps to become an official in Ohio in case anybody out there is interested. Is there still a shortage for officials?
There's definitely a shortage of officials in all sports, in all high school sports. But football, since that's the only thing I officiate anymore, I can really tell. And just ask the ADs, ask Jim Holman. He's constantly looking for JV and junior high and freshman officials. And there's a drastic need for people to get out and become officials, and it's been a great hobby for me for 30 years, and I met many great people. It's a great hobby. If you like high school sports like I do, it's a great hobby.
What kind of steps does someone need to take to be able to get into
what
it?
you do is you get on. There's two ways. Go to OHSAA.org and hit the menu button and go to officiating. And then hit under officiating, and a drop box will appear, and becoming an official. Becoming an official, you click on that, and it gives you all the steps. And what the steps are, there's an app now, it's called Dragonfly. And you want to get on Dragonfly Max, and it's dragonflyathletics.com, but Dragonfly Max, and you fill out a form to become a high school official, and you'll pick the state of Ohio, and all that, and it takes you right through the steps on how to become an official. You have to sign up to take a football class. You have to complete the class, take the test, take the final test. You have to pass with a 75% or more grade, and then you have to take a concussion class. You have to get online, and it'll be right there on Dragonfly also. A concussion class. Every official has to have the concussion training passed. And
so the entire initial test is all online?
Yes, it's all online.
Perfect.
Yep. But they'll send you the books that you need to study, and the handbooks, and so you do it all online anymore. When back so many years, there was officials that would, Mark Cisco, who used to do this show, he would, you could take the class to him. You know, he would give a class, and there'd be 5, 6, 7 people in the class,
right.
And he would take them through the class, the training, and all that, and that's how you become an official. Now it's all online.
Gotcha.
It's like $70, I think, maybe.
We hope the show maybe encourages somebody out there to take those steps.
God, I hope
to
so.
do this.
Give me a call. Look me up. Give me a call, and I'll walk you through it. I've actually even taken a couple guys to some games before.
Neat.
And showed them what it's like on a Friday night.
After they pass the test, then is there a crew that's looking for people, or?
Well, there's three classes, and the first you have to do 2 years of class 2 or 3. And now
Okay.
class 1 is you can do every level varsity on down.
Yep. Class
2 is everything sub-varsity.
Gotcha.
And class 3 is just 7th, 8th, and 9th grade.
Gotcha.
So once you get it, you're going to get a class 2 license, and then you do 2 years of class 2. And it might even be just 1 year anymore. And after 1 year, then you get a class, you take another test and you pass it, and then you now have a class 1. And and then you have to belong to a local association.
Gotcha.
And you have to attend 4 local associations meetings a year, 1 state meeting a year. But in those association meetings, you meet other officials.
Mm-hmm.
I belong to the New Bremen Football Association meeting, and there's one in Lima, there's one in Van Wert, but everybody here from St. Mary's, and Minster, all around, we meet down in New Bremen.
Gotcha. And then the sky's the limit from there. I mean,
Sky's the limit
you
from
go
there.
to high school, Big Ten, NFL if you do well enough.
Yep, if you do good enough.
Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in for another great week. We'll be back next week with more clips from hopefully a Rough Rider victory against Van Wert. We will have that game as it's homecoming here at Grand Lake Health Systems Field. We'll be back next week. See you, everybody.
You're watching Rules of the Game with Bill Krug and Zach Farrell. Brought to you by these fine sponsors: Ace Cuts, Albert Sporting Goods, All-Glaze Equipment Rental, Buffalo Wild Wing, Capability, Salina Cycle Center, Eagle Loan Company of Salina, Eagle 767, FCA, Fowler's TV, Freedom Marketing Strategies, Guarneri's Pub and Pizzeria, JT's Brew and Grill, Larry Schaff Auto Sales, MHS Alumni Foundation, Miller Funeral Homes, Minster Bank, Neck and Back Pain Relief Center, Plus One Professionals Real Estate, Writer Rooters, Roots Pub, St. Mary's Foundry, Sean Barnett Electrical, Spees Chiropractic and Wellness Center, Spring Street Storage, TSC, and Varsity Lanes.
Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.